In today's video, I want to give you guys a heads up that a huge free-to-play title has been confirmed for the PlayStation 5, that being Warframe. PlayStation 3 is undergoing some major changes this summer, and it won't let you send or receive messages from other PlayStation formats. Kind of a harrowing signal that the PlayStation 3's end time is very near. I mean, who is really on the PlayStation 3 anymore? But nonetheless, kind of unfortunate as I have so many fond memories with that console. We'll talk about that, and then also Star Wars Episode 1 Racer is coming to PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. That was a game that was released all the way back in 1999. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But first up, Warframe just got the Operation Scarlet Spear update on PC, with PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch consoles due to receive it soon. The free-to-play game continues to attract a lot of players, as testified by Digital Extreme's holding company Leu. In their latest annual results report, Warframe registered a 19.5% increase in player figures from 2019 to 2018. In fact, though the revenue actually went down 12.2% in the same time frame. They attributed this to three main factors: stiff competition in the genre, a reduced number of new console players, and the slower content release schedule of Warframe itself, as Digital Extremes worked hard to release the large Empyrean update. This will be fixed going forward. Additionally, the new report confirms that Warframe is being expanded to new platforms such as the next generation consoles and other devices. The first reference is obviously to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, scheduled to hit stores in late 2020, barring any unforeseen circumstances with everything going on right now. Both consoles are promising backward compatibility, so Warframe would have probably worked by default, but this mention suggests Digital Extremes might be working to actually take advantage of the hardware offered by both of the consoles, which would be nice because Warframe on PC looks really good. It looks pretty good on PS4, but definitely a lot of the limitations could be removed on the PS5 as well. The other devices reference, on the other hand, appears to be inevitably hinting to Warframe for mobile devices, and truth be told, that would be rather interesting, but at the same time, I don't know how well that would work on mobile unless it's a separate, completely different kind of Warframe experience, but we'll see how that turns out. Warframe has been one of the best free-to-play games of the last decade or so. That's going back a while, but Warframe has been out for quite a while, going back to like 2013, and it's a game that when it initially released, it was not received well at all. The game was getting panned left and right back in 2013. I remember that vividly, and you look at the Metacritic score, the Metacritic score is only a 69. The fact that that is still being presented on the Steam store page is kind of upsetting, given the fact that that 69 isn't indicative at all of the quality level of the game. Yes, is it a little bit grindy? Yeah, but it's not as bad as a lot of other games that are just focusing on the grind, and Warframe offers a lot of quality content. The gameplay is stylish, it's a super satisfying experience, and to give you guys an idea of the remedied reception to Warframe, 91% of the total 342,276 Steam user reviews are positive. Those are a lot of user reviews to go over, so if 91% of those are positive, that probably means it's pretty good. If you're a fan of stylish hack and slash games, shooting elements in there as well, a lot of grinding, Warframe is definitely the kind of game for you. Obviously, there's that direct comparison with Destiny that's always been evident with Warframe, but it's definitely worth playing in its own right, and it should be coming to the PlayStation 5. Hopefully, it'll be out in time for the PS5's launch, barring any unforeseen circumstances, which should be holiday 2020. Alright, moving on from that, the PlayStation 3 is still kicking around. Maybe a lot of you guys aren't utilizing the PS3 and everything it has to offer. Hey, it had a lot of good to offer. Great exclusives. Killzone 2 is an online game that I spent an obscene amount of time into. It should have been illegal how much time I spent into Killzone 2. I got my money's worth out of that game. So I have a lot of nostalgic memories with the PlayStation 3. However, coming this summer, the PS3 will no longer let you send or receive messages from other PlayStation formats, and this is a brand new update. As noted by PSU, the PlayStation 3 is still knocking around despite turning 15 next year. God damn, do I feel old after reading that. But it looks like its days might be numbered, with Sony stopping the ability to send and receive messages from other PlayStation formats on June 30th. So due to this, meaning messaging is completely going down the pan. No, PS3 users can actually still message each other, but you won't be able to send messages to PlayStation 4 or PlayStation Vita users, nor will they be able to send you anything either. So that is a little bit of a bummer if you're talking to friends that for whatever reason they're still kicking it on the PS3. Chances are not a lot of people are utilizing the PS3 message folk anyway. Since the PS4 is already approaching its final few years, you would think that if you're still invested to PlayStation, you probably picked up a PS4. However, this is still just something that it kind of just spells the end of the PlayStation 3, which is kind of depressing to think about. I mean, it had a good run. It had an amazing run just because the life of the PlayStation 3 was kind of like a storybook, because if you remember, it didn't start off all too hot for a year, 2 years. It wasn't really until 2009 where things got turned around, and remember, the console came out in late 06. 09 is where they introduced the PlayStation 3 Slim console, and then 2009 might be the most insane year of console exclusives being released on a platform literally ever. That might not be hyperbole, because think about it. 09, Killzone 2, Infamous, Uncharted 2, Ratchet & Clank: A Crack in Time, and you had Demon's Souls. That's just off the top of my head. When can you look at any other console? Maybe the PS2 had some years that were that insane, but those are all exclusives. Five big blockbuster exclusives like that. Man, I don't think the PlayStation 4 has even ever had a year like that. Usually you'll see 2 to 3, but 5, that is a staggering number. And when some of those games are Uncharted 2, Demon's Souls, Infamous, Killzone 2, that is ridiculous. I just remember 2009 being such an insane year of the PlayStation 3, and that's where I realized, man, Xbox 360 might have the better online, but if you're talking about quality games, the PS3 is on another level. And again, I'm probably forgetting about other exclusives that did drop. I think Ni no Kuni might have came out that year, 3D Dot Game Heroes, maybe those were 2010, but you guys get the idea. There was just an obscene amount of games being released, not only in 09, really, 09 and after that, every year was stacked with PS3 exclusives. 2011 was a crazy year as well, with like Uncharted 3, Killzone 3 I think came out that year, Starhawk, and a couple of other games. It's a long time ago, but I'm trying to remember the best I can. I have a lot of fond memories with the PS3, but its time is obviously closing down at this point. Alright, and lastly, I do want to give you guys a heads up that Star Wars Episode 1 Racer is coming to the PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. This first launched on the Nintendo 64 and PC all the way back in May of '99, and now it's coming to the PS4, Asper Media has announced, noting the 90s classic Star Wars Episode 1 Racer is coming to Switch and PlayStation 4, complete with modernized controls, a beloved racing title based on the pod racing sequence from Star Wars The Phantom Menace. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer puts you behind the controls of your favorite pod racers as you speed through flaming methane lakes, Tusken Raider assaults, anti-gravity tunnels, and much more in a pulse-pounding do-or-die fight to the finish line. You've got 25 playable racers, including Anakin Skywalker and much more. Racetracks spanning 8 unique worlds, including Tatooine, Barunda, and Malastare. Work with pod druids to upgrade your pod racer for higher top speeds and acceleration, and discover shortcuts and secrets to master your lap times. And you've got split-screen multiplayer, Switch and PS4, and LAN multiplayer with Switch only, so that's kind of interesting. But nonetheless, this should be out later in 2020. I imagine it wouldn't be a significant undertaking getting this game on the PlayStation 4. Might not be for everyone given how old school of a game it is, but Star Wars Episode 1 Racer is coming to PS4 and Nintendo Switch. So that's going to conclude this video. Again, very excited that Warframe has been confirmed for the PlayStation 5. Hopefully this means it comes with a bevy of updates, because even though Warframe plays relatively well on the PlayStation 4, I think opening the floodgates to allowing it to be played on the PlayStation 5, you can do some inherent improvements, and I don't think that would be a massive undertaking to improve the game as well. The PlayStation 3 seems like Father Time is knocking on its door, unfortunately. It's been a long time coming. PlayStation 3 has been around since 2006, so yes, 2021 would mark year 15 of the PlayStation 3. It had a great run, but now I think it's coming to an end, and Star Wars Episode 1 Racer is coming to PS4 and Nintendo Switch probably sometime later in 2020. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.